Well, baby, we back. We back. We back. A camera got them nice stands together, but they ain't like I'm not really satisfied with it, but baby, that's all we gonna do today. We done moved on to the living room. And that's why I was telling you about that weight. Even though I done lost like 20 pounds, but baby. So anyway, I was just thinking to myself just then, I'm always, I don't be bashing the men and stuff. God knows I don't, because I love y'all. I got two men, two sons, and three grandsons. So, and then I came from a man. So this is the thing. But my thing right now is to target women to try to get them to get themselves together. So when they get older and stuff, making better decisions for themselves and stuff like that. Just a little advice and stuff, because everybody do what they want to do. I just tell my story, my experience. But this is the thing. Uh, you men, y'all got to have some common sense too. Um, Stop accepting these here women that sit up here and be messy and gossiping and they don't cook and clean up and all that kind of stuff. And be a man enough to tell them. But it's how you start off. If you accept a woman and she ain't doing whoop de woo and whoop de woo, and I know they got some good men out here that don't require a woman to do blah blah this here and blah blah that, because they can do it in some of the same things and stuff. But each their own. But this is the thing, and I'm just saying a percentage. A percentage. I'm not saying all, but women, a real man, good man that's taking care of you, paying the bills and giving you money. He don't like no messy woman. He don't like no gossiping woman. He don't like no nasty woman. We want a woman to cook for him. Because, but this is the thing. The time that we living in now, I understand they said take two. I understand that they said two heads are better than one. I understand all of that. But I just thank God for who he made me to be. So I can't talk about nobody else. But what I did when I had relationships, this is what I did. I cooked, I cleaned. It wasn't hard for me, whether I was working or not. I made sure my house was clean. I did because I'm clean. But a man don't want to come home and see snotty old children and the children that they done brought in this world. They don't want to come home and see that. They don't want to come home and the house is dirty. You been asleep all day, just getting out of bed. They don't want to have to come home and try to figure out what they gonna eat. And being a woman, you should value what a man is doing for you. You should be thankful. You should be appreciative. And how you do that is trying to take the load off of him, the weight off of him when he come through them doors. Now I talk about a man. I can pluck a feather, but don't mean that I don't know how to treat a man. I might not keep one because I'll get rid of one quick as they come through that door. But I do know how to treat one. And then women, if a man is not doing this and doing that for you, he ain't in love with you or really don't want you. And I'm saying this to say this here. It's because, baby, when I'm with somebody and I really, really, really into him, and I thought I was in love at that time, baby, You have butterflies. You have bumblebees, butterflies, you have dragonflies and all that kind of stuff. And baby, you you do your best. You lay out the best. You lay out the red carpet. So if you're not getting certain things, and I'm not talking about the ones that have an understanding, because I understand good beings for real that allow their women to be soft and all that kind of stuff. I done seen it, but I'm not talking about y'all. But what I'm talking about this here, if you got that woman at home, no matter what age, because it ain't no excuse for you. It ain't no excuse for you. We do what we want to do. All that we don't know how to do, we figure it out. Sure do. Just calling a spade a spade. So this is the thing. If you're not getting all of what you need or think you deserve, male or female, it's time for you to sit down and have a conversation. A conversation. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Make it plain. Because if you of a certain age and if you constantly doing certain things and you having a conversation with your significant other, whoever it might be, and you don't see no improvement after that, and darling, that person don't care for you. And it's the ugly truth. Because you don't hurt what you love, and you're chained for what you do. And this here's the other thing. If you have that conversation and you start seeing results and they go back to their old ways, refresh them and let them know this is how you live. But like I said, it started at the door. Don't be so overwhelmed, infatuated or whatever, and accept anything when you come through the door. Because when you go through the door, that's the way it is. That's the way it's gonna be. But if you have standards and morals and all this stuff about yourself, you're gonna let a person know at the door. And I understand that we accept a lot of things and we take things and we put things under the rug and stuff, but it's no excuse for you not to be clean. I guess I grew up in a lot of dirt. My mom was a hoarder and I love, but I'm telling the truth. So when you don't grow up in dirt and mess and uncleanliness, baby, your skin crawl for anything else. And so I don't know what to tell you, but like I said, women, you should be doing it for yourself. You should, and if you have children, you should be teaching them how to do it, whether they get on their own and do it and keep it up. And then you should be doing it because you respect this your man enough, and you showing your Thanksgiving to him appreciation. And I'm gonna tell you this here: if you ain't feeding him, who else feeding him? Because he ain't always going to Popeyes and these restaurants. And he don't keep on spending his money like that. Yeah, he might go by mother-in-law house, but I tell you, somebody else is feeding him. And sometimes they feed him more than food. And so, if you don't want the devil to come in, you best do whatever it is to keep him out. Because once the devil come in, baby, sometimes you want to change and come back, but it's hard to shake that devil off. Hard to shake that devil off. So the thing about it is, be an adult. And back to what I was saying, if you sit down and have that conversation with that person, and they not changing and stuff like this here, like I said, they don't care nothing about you. And then number two, if a person of a certain age and they have doing certain things, whatever it is, that's who they is at this here age. So don't be blind-eyed eyes and thinking you're going to change a person or you think that you're gonna whip it on them. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. I'm telling you, you got the you can't talk about Noah and Jonah and Lot and all that kind of stuff. You got to bring the word down to reality and up to this here century right here. So if you get a person and they live in a certain kind of way and doing certain things, don't think your beauty and your beauty and your booty gonna change you. That's who that person is. So the best thing for you to do to save you some time, energy, and and money and everything else. And so, but it just sad for us as a race of people to be where we at with all of this here kind of foolishness and stuff. And when you start getting a certain age, ladies, to come to cross over to your 50s and stuff like this here, you gonna see what I'm saying. Hopefully, hopefully. And everything that I say, I done taught my girls whether they do it or not. I don't know. I had my baby girl. She called me and asked me for some advice. And see, that's what I'm saying. If I wouldn't live in a certain kind of way, what kind of advice I can give her? And the advice was, if you with somebody and they doing, you can't accept whatever it is. I don't know what that is or whatever. And I told her this here. It's either he gonna stay and don't complain about it, or you just go ahead and get on down. It ain't no other way around. You just got two choices. It ain't no in between. It ain't no gray area. But I also told her this here, and I'm not gonna talk about nobody else. I don't get on nobody's side. I'm just in the middle with the truth. However you accept the person, that's who they are. That's who they are, whether it's her or not. And I don't sugarcoat nothing. I just tell it like it is. And my kids don't like it sometimes, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to say the truth. And if you don't want the truth, don't ask me. And if you don't want the truth, you don't want me. And that's just the bottom line. And so, like I said, we just got to do better. To do better. Because the time we're living in now, I just don't know what to tell you. Nobody should not make you happy. But they should not take your happiness either. They should be able to enhance it, add on to it. Because you're supposed to be all the way together. And if you ain't all the way together and stuff like that, you're gonna attract somebody that's not all the way together. And that's just life. I've been there and done it. So you take the time when you're alone, learn to be alone. Let that be your school. Let be your boot camp, your training, and all this here stuff. And start bettering yourself, seeing the things, seeing your flaws, seeing what you could have done better in a relationship and where you went wrong and stuff, And so me, I know how to treat a man. Don't get me wrong. God knows I do. I treat them so good to the point that they'll never forget about me. And that's just who I am. And if they come across here, they know I'm telling the truth. But the thing about it is, I'll get rid of you. It'll be like you never was born. And so the thing about it is this here. I done put in my mind, I don't know what the Lord have in store for me, but right now I don't desire none of it. Because I desire right now peace and quiet. And I ain't saying that no man ain't gonna be none of that. I ain't saying they don't be there, but it's days when I don't want to hear or see nobody. I don't want to talk or none of that. And then you might have somebody asking you what's wrong and stuff like that. I don't even want to hear hear that. Don't ask me what's wrong. You ain't did nothing. It's just that I don't want to talk. I mean, so so when you be honest with yourself and true with yourself about just something as simple like that, and you weigh the cost and one outweigh the other, after you put on that scale, then that's when you make those decisions. You see what I'm saying? So don't just go into somebody's life if you not, I ain't gonna say ready for certain things, or if you not willing. And I made the decision to be alone because I don't want to compromise. I'm not, and 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 I ain't gonna compromise. Never did, and never will. Compromise for what? That's the way I see it. If it's something that I want, that's what I want. Whether I get it or not. But if I have to get it, you ain't gonna enjoy it. And so this is the thing. You just got to be honest with yourself. Like those little bitty things like that. Those are little bitty pebbles. Those are some scrolls that broke the camel back. So I don't know what y'all got to do. I don't know. I don't know. I can go on all the things I don't like. And so I done had so many things I don't like to I'm at the point I don't even know what I like. I'm telling you the God heaven truth. I don't even know what I like. But I do know one thing. I like being alone right now. That's the only thing I know I do like. And not trying to coerce you all to leave y'all relationships and marriages and all this kind of stuff, but it just to shed some light on it and have you to observe things and stuff like that, because everybody deserve to be treated right. And if you're in a relationship, everybody deserve to have somebody to be honest and faithful to them. Treat people. I ain't gonna say how everybody say. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way God intended for you to do. That's greater than the latter. And so some of y'all know me, and some of y'all think you know. No, nobody don't really know me. No, really don't. But because I don't let people just really know me. And if you get to know a side of me like I'm talking right now, it's God, because it ain't me. Because I told y'all I'm a private person, secretive, and all of that stuff. So if you seeing this here side of me and hearing this here side of me and stuff, it's this is me for real. And if you didn't see that while I was with you, I probably wasn't no good for you either. For real. Because you're gonna be open to the person that you with. But sometimes you go in relationship, you be open, and the next week you might be closed off. And I'm gonna be still with you, but you ain't seen or heard or got number 1%. And if everything 100%, you had, and we could have been together 10, 5, 2 years. But if you do one thing, I done shut myself up on the inside. But I treat you right. I give you enough, that 1% to keep you. So, and I don't know if it's meant for us to give somebody everything. It just seems like it's impossible for me. It's just impossible. I feel like I think I tried it one time, and I felt like that if I give a person my everything, I was gonna die. For real. I felt like that An earthly man is not worthy to have all of me. I felt like that my all, my all belongs to my creator. And I felt like if I give a human my everything, that I was gonna die, and I felt like I was doing something wrong. So whatever that means. So, but anyway, I was just thinking about that after I was cleaning that stove. Like I said, I done made my way from out of that room on the nightstand, because it's just a job. And so, that's just like life. Working on yourself is a job. And just taking them nightstand an example. Sometimes you do this here and it don't work out. Then you got to go back in and do it all over again. That don't work out and it ain't just right. So sometimes you got to sit down, take a step back, look at it, and you might have to tackle it again. But anyway, I'm up in this here living room, and I just got through wrapping that refrigerator down. I got a few little things I need to put in there. It ain't much, cause if much get in there, the weight, much weight won't come out. So I kind of limit to what I put in that refrigerator. And but anywho, that was just a little chitter chat.